Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Dani. We are continuing on my agonizing of decks. We have a few more, about the same amount, maybe one more, to go through today. So if you haven't seen the first one, you can watch that down below, and then I'll have this one. And by the time I post this, I should have any decks that I am getting rid of posted on my website, if anyone is interested in them. Um, so you can find that down below, link down below, or danimystic.com, whatever. If you're interested in that, I'll have them on there. I don't even know where to start. Okay. Let's start with this one. Okay. Can we first talk about how beautiful this little bag is? Oh my god, this is from Krista, at Krista Chronicles, with custom made, well, custom colored yarn. Oh my god. Obsessed with this bag. This bag is not going anywhere, regardless if this deck goes or not. So just saying, you can't have this. Okay. Oh, okay. So I broke this out. I haven't used this in a really long time. This is the Four Worlds Tarot. Like, the second I took it out, though, oh, it is really beautiful. But I haven't used it in a while, so let's kind of look through this a bit. I do love all the red in this. I forgot how good these characters are. Okay. Okay, no, I still need this. I think I just needed to bust it out again. I just haven't used it in a while, and like, I'm really getting some winter vibes from this, and it makes me want to use it right now. Like, right now. Y'all, hold on. From the last video, seriously though, yeah, okay, well, yeah, I really love this deck. Okay, I think I just needed to look at it again. But this is why I do this periodically. Like, because I'm like, I overlook it, or I'm like, oh, no, not that one, not that one. And I do it over and over again, and to the point where I'm like, I probably don't need this deck anymore. But sometimes it's because I haven't taken it out and looked at it. I haven't played with that energy in a while. And so that's why I really like doing this, because it gives me that chance to make sure that I'm not, I don't know, missing something, you know? Gosh. Whoa. I love this pair. I think I'm going to... I'm just saying, this looks amazing together, like, side by side. I can't even... Okay, so... Well. That was a quick decision. Yeah. If you haven't touched it in a while, take it out. Look at it. You might just be, like, missing out. Oh my god, do y'all hear my phone? What the hell? Hold on. Okay. Man, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction. I really wasn't. Yeah. Yeah, I think I really need to kind of take it out and just, like, use this one some more. Because it is so beautiful. Okay. Well, that's staying. Up next, let's go with... Oh, this is not supposed to be in there. I am actually, I'll show you what this is. It's not supposed to be in there though. This is the Odyssey Oracle. I am keeping this one. But what I am doing, I think I want to modify it in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. So I had this right there because I needed to put it aside because I do want to modify this one. Anyway. Up next is the Cottage Core Oracle. This is a super cute oracle. Look at the backs. But it does have that kind of like swirly look, and I don't always reach for it. So I kind of want to take a look at this. A little bit right here. I love this image. I don't know why I feel like this reminds me of something else that I have. But I can't quite put my finger on what it is. I do love these images. It does have really great keywords. But I just can't help but feel like if I wanted this, I would use that. You know what I mean? Let me look. Wanting this like cottage core style. I do have a few that I was thinking of. You know, there's the Woodland Wardens, whereas like it's really my kind of aesthetic. Oh, I love thistles too. Oh, it's got thistles. You know? So it's got that like cottage core feel to it, like even as far as, you know, this one had the owl. Where's it at? It's like the strategy here. Owl and the hop wisdom. So it's like I still have like similar vibes there, like cottage core if I wanted that. I feel like this, like Woodland Wardens is where I would go to if I wanted that aspect of it. But then like there's also, I have all these kind of, turn it out. I have them like separate. Oh, these are like the herbiary, crystallary, all of those. But I have them like turned in like different ways. I was probably using some and not others. That's usually what I do. Okay. Like, I know these are like completely different styles, but like I feel like I get a lot of the same energies from this, like the perseverance. Like I see a lot of similarities in the keywords and the overall, again, kind of like cottagey vibe. And it's just like such a unique style. Also, another kind of deck that has that kind of cottage core style is the Herbal Astrology Oracle. Yeah. I'm wondering if it's like where my mind is going right now. It's like, is it because it's based like photorealism? Because like I don't have a ton of well, I say that now that I'm thinking of it. Yeah, I do have a few that use kind of photorealism in my oracles. I have a lot in my oracle. I was thinking about tarot, like, and cards in general, but really honing in on like my oracle. I have like Wisdom of the Oracle and the Stacey DeMarco ones and the oh my gosh, like Victorian ladies and the, you know, all the different ones like that. So I do have quite a few of those. I don't know, it's like they're really cool images. But I just don't think I'm vibing with it as much as I used to. It's like I look at and appreciate the tones, the colors, the style. But I think I'm gonna let this one go. Okay. Next, the Hayworth Tarot. So this is such a cool and unsettling deck. I like a lot about it, but I have not used it in so long, and like I'm not sure if I'm as excited anymore, but like again, I don't remember the last time I used it, and like if I'm drawn to it anymore. Really cool, unsettling images. But like, okay, so I think a lot of it too, when I'm thinking about this deck now, if I wanted this kind of energy, I would go to the Somnia Tarot. You know, when I'm seeing this Page of Swords, and even some of these other ones, these like blank faces and eerie feeling, especially the Somnia photo deck, I would be more drawn to that. Like, I use the Somnia both editions quite a bit. And so the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm like, I would immediately go to the Somnia Tarot over this one, because I still feel that uncanny. Now this one has a little more, I call it like nuclear vibes. And it's a bit more gritty and desert-like versus the other one, which is very watery. This is more fire. Really cool images, though. See, and then you get, like, the gross stuff, which you don't get in the Somnia. But, like, again, even this image, like, it harkens me back. Like, I would go to, if I want this energy, I would go there. If I wanted this energy, I would go there. I know this is, like, a weird comparison, but, like, I don't know, the vibes are there. Do y'all want to see it together? Listen. I'm making a whole mess. Pulling out so many decks right now. Let me show you together. Like, maybe you'll be able to understand. Or maybe you'll be like, Dani, you're nuts. But whatever. See where I'm at. So I don't mix these up. Like, do you see what I mean? Even with Temperance and this Two of Swords, like, don't you feel like it's got It's like, if I want that severe energy, this is where I'd go. Even all the masked heads of the pages and stuff, like... Because it's like you're looking down. Do you see what I mean? Like, if I wanted this kind of, like, uncomfortable vibe, I would go here every time. And, like, the more I'm flipping through it, the more I'm like, I would just go there. I would just go there. So, I think that kind of seals that for me. Because, yeah. I have this, and this is what I want. You know what I mean? Alright, so this next one, I have gone back and forth on a lot. So this one is one that I'm like, I love it. I don't want it. I really like it. I don't really want it. Maybe I'll keep it for later. I don't really want it. Like, I do this with this deck all the time. It does remind me a lot of, like, my teenage years. Like, I don't know why this, like, reminds me of that. I think, you know, time and place. It was the 90s. It just has those vibes for me. And so it feels a little nostalgic, I guess, is like my whole point in saying that. When was this? When was this one? It's gotta be the 90s, right? Or early 2000s? 2000. Yeah, early 2000s. So yeah. Peak teen Dani right here. So, like, it holds that nostalgia in that way. And, I mean, just some really awesome Dracula vibes. Very angular. I think the thing with this one is I really love to look at it, but I don't really like using it. Does that make sense? Like, I want to look at this. I don't really want to use this. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I battle so much with, like, I don't want to keep it just to keep it. Whereas, like, other decks, like, I don't even give a shit. I'm like, I will keep it to keep it because I don't care. It's, like, one of those where it's, like, I don't know. I feel like, I guess it's one of those where, like, I feel like someone else would enjoy this more than me. Because I'm just, like, I don't know. But it's really cool, though. Maybe let's put it into use in some kind of way and read with it. How about let's just kind of ask this deck what it has to say. Just 3 cards. What do you have to say? What do you have to say for yourself? Yeah, that's how we'll treat it. Like, plead your case. What do you have to say for yourself? This has, like, it's, like, really, really glossy to the point where it's almost sticky. That, sometimes that's, like, another reason. If something feels kind of sticky, like, I don't like that. So sometimes it's, like, a texture thing. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to cut the deck? I do. Let me cut it. Let's do it. Okay. Just turn these around. We want to see what we're looking at. All right. Oh, the Hierophant. Maybe it has something to teach me. With the 3 of Cups? Ooh, emotionally celebrating? I love how this King of Pentacles is kind of looking towards this Cups, like looking for that celebration, like finding that stability and a way to really utilize something in the tangible sense to then get that kind of emotional joy and celebration and, you know, I keep wanting to say commitment. And I think maybe I want to say commitment because of the Hierophant, like in the way that that feels like a teacher. Let me pull 3 more. Let's go over these. Because I kind of want to see how they interact with each other. Seeing the way that, like, one of the first things I noticed was where that king was looking, like, looking towards that area. I think that kind of intrigues me because these characters are so angular and they have such unique positions throughout the cards that I kind of want to see how they interact with each other, you know? Whereas, like, okay, right here, it feels like that could almost be a similar character. Just like staring at this, I'm like, you could create a whole, like, this is a very like story-esque deck. Like, I want to create a story while looking at these. You know, we have someone over here mixing drinks. You know, maybe in the castle there's all this storm coming on outside, somebody needs help, they're coming in, and then maybe they succumb to the vampire lurking in the shadows. Like, it's one of those kind of decks to me where I just want to tell a story with it. Like, do you see how she's looking over her shoulder like that? Okay, I think this might be a little too intriguing to, like, I guess because I've never, like, I've just used it like this, or I've flipped through it and, you know, just enjoyed it that way. But, like, really being able to see something stand out so much to me, like the way and where they're looking and how their bodies are positioned and the way that they speak to each other, I haven't really looked to this deck as something like, oh, when I want to kind of play with the tarot and play with that storytelling energy and kind of, because I'll do that, especially like cozy days when I don't have much to do. I will pick some decks and I'll just do a whole bunch of spreads and look through them and play with them and kind of do things like this and just kind of sit and enjoy my decks. I do that. I do that. But like, I never thought of this one as something so intriguing as far as like a storyteller deck. This would be one that I would like to try Dawn Michelle's one-shot reading, where if I remember, I'll link it down below, but if you search it, you can probably find it. But she did one where like she chose a few decks and then she pulled some cards and told a story with it. This would be really fun to do that with. Like, look at how, yeah, this is such a storyteller. I don't know why I never thought of it that way before. I guess when you're kind of in that scrutinizing space, your brain just kind of scans over it differently, looking for something maybe that you missed. And like, I feel like I missed something here. Like, I really do feel like I missed something here. I love these statues in the swords. Yeah, okay. No, I might need to keep this one too. Okay. Up next is the Northern Animal Tarot. I recently talked about this. When it comes to animal decks, I do have my extra cards mixed into these, some of them. This is usually one of my favorites because it's very anthropomorphic, and I don't have to worry about what kind of animal really, unless it like sparks me or whatever. But at the same time, I'm thinking, if I want something with animal energy, especially now that I've bonded so strongly with the Heartwood tarot, but like I have the Heartwood, I have Oak Ash and Thorn, I have Smoke Ash and Ember. Like, I feel like if I want this energy, I can go to any one of those. I mean, obviously Smoke Ash and Ember is a little bit differently, but like, I mean, I know this is such a different vibe, but at the same time, like, and I love this artwork. I do love this artwork. And it does have a possum as the world, which I really do love, but like, I don't know. I also don't feel like I always want to reach for this, you know? Like, I think this is one that I love so much artistically. But if I'm going to read, I would probably pull something different. Let's see this beside my Heartwood. Okay. So this is the one that I wrote on. But like, I know it's totally different, but at the same time, if I want animals and that kind of energy, I just love the coziness of this. This one doesn't feel as cozy. I love the illustration style, but this feels like something I want to be in. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cozy and comfortable, and it has the animal aspect, which, I don't know, sometimes feels a little, I don't know, I guess maybe to me, feels a lot of times softer in the way that it reads. I mean, sometimes it can get vicious, but at the same time, there is a sense of comfort and, I don't know, coziness about seeing these style animal decks, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I wanted this, I would go here instead. And I always think this devil card, okay, my South Park fans, every time I see this card, I don't know why, but I immediately think of the episode of South Park where the animals do the whole like nativity scene to bring about like the Antichrist. Isn't that what they're trying to bring about? Let me find the episode. Oh, it might be easier to do this. Okay. This one. I know they don't dress up as like a big spooky whatever, but I don't know why I can't get that episode out of my head every time I see this devil. I don't know why, but that is what I think of every time, and I kind of want to giggle every time I see it because it's one of my favorite South Park episodes. So, yeah, there's also that, which I think is really funny. Anyway. Yeah, I think I might let this go. I think so, yeah. Okay, so last deck, Lonely Dreamer Tarot. Okay. Book. I do use this deck in my rotation sometimes. I've used it quite a few times with clients. I've always had really good readings with it. But lately, every time I look at it, I'm like, I almost feel like I'm done with that deck. You know? Like, you ever have that feeling where it's like, I really like this deck, but I might be done with, like, I might be done. You know? So, I kind of want to look at this a bit. I think some of the way that these images are done reminds me of the Marguerite Peterson. Ooh. Do you know what I mean? Let me do this. And the Marguerite Peterson I use a lot, especially when I'm doing past life work, when I'm doing things that are very spiritual or abstract. I really like to use this deck, and it kind of reminds me, y'all know everything's every which way. It kind of gives me the same feelings. And it's like now that I'm looking at these two side by side, oh, everything is every which way. Let me fix this for a second. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking right now. Maybe these two would be really cool used together. Again, coming at this at a totally different space where I probably wouldn't have thought to look at these two side by side unless I was considering getting rid of one of them. That would be like, oh, it kind of reminds me of whatever. But now that I'm seeing them side by side, especially with some of these extra cards like the Guardian Spirit, in readings like that, they might be really interesting together. That might be an option, especially if there's something that has like two options. Like, I want to see two sides of the same coin for whatever reason. Like, I would even consider putting these two kind of side by side, asking kind of the same questions, this side versus that side, like a decision spread or something, and have the two energies kind of talk to each other in that way. Or, like I said, when I'm doing something like past lives or sometimes ancestor work or spiritual work that is kind of in that intangible, like I want to really work with that intuitive feeling, right? Like, I want it to make me feel something versus actually I'm gonna quote unquote showing me something, but also have kind of another voice that's a little more solid, to where like you're in the feeling of something but also having something else kind of solid with that. And then, okay, let me try this as well, because in that same vein, another tool that I use for those kind of readings are the soul cards. And so I've never put these two together, I don't think. Maybe I have, but I can't remember. But I want to see them side by side right now, because this might also... See? See, like, I'm seeing this and I'm like, we have this fiery strength, but also a slow and subtle and precise way of moving here. Like, where do you move and shift in this strength, knowing when to let go, when to move forward, when to kind of manipulate things in a certain way or leave things alone. It's starting to make me think of like those kind of energies. Oh, a shift in perspective of the way that you're creating things, the way that you're going about things, the way that you're doing your day-to-day, what you're manifesting. This makes me think somebody's coming after, or someone's got you in their sights. Like, you might be killing it right now, doing the thing, dominating. Somebody's seeing you, somebody's watching you do this stuff. Might not always be good. That's what I'm seeing right now. So, honestly, these actually play really well off of each other. Okay. Another one that I think I need to utilize in a different way. And like, this has really helped me to solidify that, because it feels like it speaks to me on a different level having them side by side with these decks. And it really wants to make me play with like a big spread that maybe incorporates all of these. Yeah. Okay, well. Good enough for me. I think that's really exciting. 3. Yep. 3 and 3. 3 staying, 3 going. But like, this is why I like to take the time. You know, sometimes I do deck collection videos and declutter videos and things like that where like I'm kind of going through and looking through and flipping through. But when there's some that I'm like, I'm really on the fence about, I like to do stuff like this where I can look at it, consider it, but honestly, it was really nice doing it with you guys, because I think I was able to think of and express and then like stop and take out other decks and look at them. Like, I went to a place that really I was able to get excited about some decks that I wasn't excited about before, or like really understand that like my time with certain decks are done. So yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys for coming along and looking at these decks and playing around and you know, all the things with me. We will be back very soon. Like I said, anything that I am selling, there'll probably be a couple other ones that are going to be on my website as well. If you guys want to check that out, those will be available. And yeah, I'll put a link down for anything that I have links for, or let you know if it's like out of print or whatever, for all the decks that I showed today. And yeah, I'll talk to you all very soon. I'm sending you all my love. Mwah. Later, Gators.